What's up guys, Bricks Galore here, and today we're going to be going over my LEGO brickheads collection. So, I've been collecting LEGO brickheads for a while, and they've been sitting on my shelf, but I'm going to be taking them off my shelf just because I'm going to sort of stop collecting them, and I just don't really have space for them anymore. But before I put these all in storage bins, I thought I would do an overview of my collection, since I do have some of the better LEGO brickheads in my opinion. Alright, and so I'll go through these guys theme by theme, but my first theme here is actually just my only one-off one, and this is the Statue of Liberty, and she looks super good. I mean, I love the green, I do really like the torch, and a nice piece used for her there, and then I love her little book, and overall just a very good brickhead. Next up, we have Ninjago, and this is Samurai X. And this is a really cool brickheads. This is part of a 3-pack, actually, that I'm going to be showing you each one of. Overall, I really like how they did her helmet all the way around. The coloring is really nice, and I do like her helmet. My favorite thing, though, is when you lift her up, I think she looks better when you can see the yellow stripe. That just makes me feel more like Nia, but overall, a good brickhead. Next up, we have possibly my least favorite brickheads in my collection, and that is the Firstborn Dragon. First of all, I didn't love this season of Ninjago, but as we actually get into the dragon, just putting a dragon in brickheads form is just funny. Like, they do okay here. It has the 4 legs. It has, I'll admit, a very cool backside of the head and overall horns. You know, they do a fine job with the wings, but I just don't love this one. Next up, we have Lloyd Garmadon, and he should have been a very easy brickheads to do, but they seem to mess it up here. Like, I don't like the striping on the front, or actually the little like harness they give him. I'm not sure what season that's from because I can't recall it. And overall, he's not all gold. He has this weird tan color when you're looking up close, and so that looks pretty bad. And then the bright green eyes are just a little off, and overall, just not a very aesthetically pleasing one. I do like the sign at the front though. Next up, we have superheroes, and mostly I have DC ones, but I have one Marvel one. And first here is Batgirl. She's one of the original brickheads, and I just love the color scheme on her. I love her cape, and I love her hair, how it goes off to the side, and overall, just a great brickheads. Next up, we have Aquaman from Justice League, and even though I didn't love that movie, I do really enjoy this brickheads. Overall, I think it looks great. I love his uniform. I think the hair looks a little weird from the back, but you're not really going to be viewing it from that angle anyways. And from the front, this just looks like Jason Momoa. And so I just like that, and I like the printed details he had on his torso as well, and of course, you get the trident. Next up, we have the first Lego Brickheads ever with Batman, and he's just slick. Like, it's hard to mess this up, and they didn't. I like his cape. The black looks menacing all the way around, and I do like his prints at the top. And then one more thing that's really cool is his eyes glow in the dark, and so that's just an awesome addition, and I really like this Brickhead. Next up, we have Captain America, and for the most part, I really like this brickheads. I really like the obviously immense amount of printing on the front with 3 printed tiles for his waist, and then the A on top. He has his shield, of course, and then all the way around, there's just good stuff. There's a place to put the shield on the back if you don't want him holding it in his hand. And overall, I think it looks great, except for the ears, and I think they just look goofy and not right, and they shouldn't have included ears on this model. Now, our next theme is Star Wars, and first up we have Mando, who might be one of the most detailed and accurate brickheads I've ever seen. I mean, just look at that front. There's printing all the way around this thing. He has his gun on the back, a cool cape, more printing and detail on the side, and then his armor is just so accurate. This is just a great brickheads. I have nothing wrong to say about this one. Next up, we have Baby Yoda, who is very cute in his pram. And so all the way around, they built this pram for him, which is pretty cool. And I do enjoy it. I think it made the set cost more, but it's okay. And as you can see, it's floating on some clear bricks. But what we can do is we can take Yoda out of his pram, and he looks pretty good. He's his own little brickhead. Again, not too hard to mess him up, but a good brickhead. Next up, we have my second favorite brickheads in my collection, and this is Ahsoka. They just did a great job with her. I mean, I love the face printing, and then they are actually able to make a super accurate torso without printing, so that's super cool and a cool building technique. Overall, I love her tails that they built all the way around. They look super good from both angles. I like her lightsabers, and again, I love the face printing there and the torso part. Then, as we move to the end of our collection, we get to our last theme, and that is Disney. And these three, I just think I could put all together. And this is Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And they're super cute. They're obviously very simple builds, but they go together well. It is a little annoying to build three of pretty much the same thing, but they're fun. I like their tails, and overall, they look great on display together. Next up, we have Scrooge McDuck, and he comes with the Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and overall, I just really like him. I love the sort of hair they were able to build on both sides of his head, and that just looks super accurate to him in the movie. I like his printed tile that he has in the front, and overall his top hat, and he's just a great brickhead. Then we have Daisy Duck, and she does look very cute. I like her eyelashes on the front, and she does actually have a printed torso. Then she has some cool shoes and a nice tail on the back. And overall, not hard to mess this one up, just a simple back. And then the one thing I'll say about this one is her bow is like surprisingly weak and falls off. Of course, it doesn't want to do it now that I'm recording, but just in regular use, I tend to break that thing. That's just a side note. Next up, we have Donald Duck, and he looks great. I love this brickhead. One of my first ones that I picked up, and this made me start collecting the theme because I really liked him. Overall, it's a simple one, but he does have back printing, which is some a lot don't have, so that's a cool detail. I like his tail on the back there. And then on the front, he has another cool print with his bow, and I think that looks great. And so I like this brickheads a lot. Our second to last brickhead is this super cute Pluto, and overall, I love him. He's just so cute looking, and as you can see, you can adjust the ears to give him some more expression if you want. And then in the back, he has a cute tail with this whip piece, which is some really cool part usage. And overall, it's just a nice little Pluto, and he does have his green collar as well. So overall, great job with that one. Next up, we have Goofy, and I love this brickheads. This is my favorite brickheads in my collection. Overall, I just think it looks great from the front. I love the way that they built the top of his eyes, and then underneath, they gave him teeth and sort of an unnecessary print, but I love that. And then I love his hat that they built up there. And overall, just a great brickheads all the way around. I mean, not too much going on in the back, and overall, just this is my favorite brickheads in my collection. Maybe that's just because he's my favorite character, but I do really like him. And of course, you can move the ears. Great brickheads. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. That is my full brickheads collection. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you want a more in-depth reason on why I'm going to be stop collecting brickheads, watch this video here about why I think brickheads is a pretty bad Lego theme and it needs to stop. And I made that. That came out a few days earlier. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later on Bricks Galore. Bye.